talk about it more in our advent calendar section. So, we'll just get right away onto my stitching. So yesterday I was able to get in a little bit more work on Dasher. I was able to get all of the rest of the color for the 2 different colors in the antlers, and then I'm starting on working on the top antler that's starting to go up into the rack. Alright, so that's what I have for stitching. And shall we move on to the advent calendars? I think we shall. So, as always, we're going to start off with the Williams and Somoma advent calendar, Disney Mickey and Minnie advent calendar, given to me by my brother. And let's find day 15. Oh, right here at the top. Right here at the top, next to the Disney. Alright, looks like we got some gummy rings. So I'm saving these. I'm going to give them to my niece, probably on Christmas, as gummy candy is one of her favorites. So I think she'll really enjoy that big surprise. Alrighty, next we have our Black Needle Society, the Nice List advent calendar. And this is today's. It's got a fun little shopping bag with some shopping goodies in it. And I think today's going to be a needle minder, because this is their typical needle minder packaging. So let's open it and see what's inside. Ooh, it is a needle minder. Ooh, no, it's not a needle minder. It's something even nicer. Look at it. It's so pretty. What is it? It is hand-charmed scissor fob designed exclusively for the Black Needle Society's Nice List black tie. Oh, I gotta open this and see. Oh, that's so pretty. It's got a crown and scissors and a little spool and this little key heart. Oh, wow, that's so pretty. All right. Let's read what it has to say about it. Right, silver scratch. Alright, let's see. Exclusive black tie scissor fob from Lady Duck creates. Time to dress your scissors to impress for holiday parties. Attach this fob so you'll be able to find them. Oh, wow. It's so pretty. Oh, this might be my favorite. Oh, so many pretty charms. Oh, alright. And then this nice... Yeah. Oh, so fun. Alright, so that... Alright, and then we have the husband advent calendar, which is, this is the cover photo for it, which is a T-Rex inflatable costume. Oh my gosh, I was so surprised. He woke me up this morning before he left for work, as I have the day off today, and he told me that before I opened it, he told me whatever it is, I have to wear it when he gets home to work. So, at first what he said, I was like, he's like, no matter what, you're gonna wear it. And like, he's like leaving it up. I'm thinking like, oh gosh, he got me lingerie or something. But no. I opened it up and it's this T-Rex costume. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so surprised. I have been wanting a inflatable T-Rex costume for a long time. So obviously I'm quite happy and surprised with this. I was, not expecting a T-Rex costume. I will say that. So yeah, so I will, when he gets home to work, I will be wearing that costume. And he might also have that Nerf gun he got me the other day too. The dinosaur Nerf gun. So he might be in for a little bit of a surprise when he gets home from work today. But yeah, it's all part of the fun of Christmas. Alright, so that's all I have for my countdown to Christmas / Flossmas. Just the countdown to Christmas advent calendar. So next we're going to talk about our winter / Christmas animal of the day. And the winter Christmas animal of the day today is the snowy owl. So to Christmas advent calendar. So next we're going to talk about our winter / Christmas animal of the day. And the winter Christmas animal of the day today is the snowy owl. So snowy owls live mostly in the Arctic and into things. So they're going to weigh about 4.5 pounds, which is heavier than most owls. And the reason why they are so heavy is because they have some thick feathers for insulation to help them stay warm up in the Arctic. So, speaking of the Arctic, so they live up in the Arctic, and they're going to spend, excuse me, so they're going to spend their summers far north above the Arctic Circle, where they're mostly going to be hunting for lemmings. And then they're going to spend their winters down in the northern U.S., mostly in the northeast part of New England and New York, and then also in eastern Canada. They do sometimes go down past, and around the Great Lakes, the northern Great Lake regions as well. They do sometimes go down to the other parts, such as the Pacific Northwest as well, but usually they mostly stay in the northeastern United States. And so while they're hunting for these, they're going to live in areas that have open areas with little to no trees up in the Arctic. And then in their wintering grounds, they're going to live with areas that kind of have slopes, so like higher elevations where they can stand up. So they're going to perch above in telephone poles and fences, basically where they can get a high above the ground and kind of look down and over and see what they can find for prey. And also, you can also find them in beaches. And now, I think it was either last year or the year before, there was a snowy owl sighting on a beach, I believe on Cape Cod. So that was pretty exciting, because snowy owls do occur in Massachusetts, but they're kind of elusive, so it is pretty exciting when we can see one. I personally did not see it, but I do know that lots of birders did go out and seek for the snowy owl. And I do hope one day I will get to see one in real life. So maybe if one pops up around this winter, I might go try to find it. Alrighty, so the diet of the snowy owl mostly consists of small mammals in the Arctic. So they're going to take advantage of that 24-hour daylight while they're up in the Arctic Circle. And they're going to primarily hunt for lemmings. So lemmings are a small little rodent. They kind of look like, I'll insert a picture of a lemming here. But yeah, so they're small little rodents. So they're mostly, and then also during this, so in a year, an owl can actually catch up to 1,600 lemmings in 1 year. So yeah, they primarily hunt for those. They're also an agile owl, so they can actually catch small birds that are flying in mid-flight, so they can catch birds flying mid-flight with their talons. So while they winter in their breeding/winter breeding grounds, they're going to have a wide range of food. So they're mostly going to be hunting for rodents, rabbits, squirrels, weasels, wading birds, seabirds, ducks, and geese. So a lot of birds. I guess they don't really care. So they're also a diurnal. So as mentioned, they're going to spend a lot of time up in there. So diurnal means they're going to be awake mostly during the day, because they're taking advantage of that 24-hour light they got way up there in the Arctic Circle. Alright, and then there's some fun facts about owls that I've collected. So when owls are born, they're going to be mostly brown when they're young, and then as they get older, the owls are going to start to get their white plumage that they're most known for. So the most picturesque snowy owl everyone thinks of with all of the different markings is going to be the female. So the females have more of the dark brown, black striping, or barring is what it's going to be called, barring in the bird world. And while the males are going to be lighter and they're going to have less of that barring. So the most lighter females and the darkest males are going to look pretty similar. So that means in the Harry Potter films, which is Hedwig, which is probably the most well-known snowy owl that we have, is in the movies, she was primarily played by male owls. And there's a reason for that, is because they're smaller and they're going to be easier to handle for the actors. So that means Hedwig is a female. So she wasn't particularly accurately portrayed as a female owl, because she's played by males, so they had the more or less barring, so they were more whiter. But that's okay, because I think all of the owls who played Hedwig did a fantastic job. And there's about 8 owls who played Hedwig. And I believe each of them was trained to do a different task that Hedwig does, so it's pretty cool. And then in Europe, snowy owls could also be found in cave paintings. So that's also pretty cool. So they've definitely been around for a while, and humans have definitely made note of them. And I think owls are probably one of the most stunning birds out there. And I also have some experience working with some snowy owls too. So while I was in my zoo technology program for school, we, up in Watertown, New York, we also associated with partnered with the local zoo in Watertown, which is the New York State Zoo. And there they have 2 snowy owls. I believe the one's Doc and is the male, and the female Susie. And let me tell you, Susie is a very feisty owl. Whenever you would go near her exhibit, she would just start to squawk or hoot. No, bark. They were making a barking sound. And when you would go in there, you'd have to go in there with a board in front of you, because she will try to go up and attack you. So she's a very delightful owl. While Doc, her companion, mostly just stayed back. But yeah, so that was Susie, and they're still one of my favorite owls, and I would love to get the chance to work with another one. So the association with Christmas and owls is that there are, owls in the 19th century, owls were seen as Christmas ornaments of owls were kind of a symbol of a Christmas wish because of the owl's wisdom and intelligence. So it was seen as a Christmas wish. And then also another reason why I believe snowy owls also appear a lot in Christmas decorations and in winter scenes is just because they're a stunningly beautiful owl that is around during the winter and during the Christmas season. So people tend to put Christmas of owls and animals that they see during Christmas into their Christmas paintings and decorations. So that's a little bit about owls and the snowy owl in particular, which is one of my favorite birds, actually. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, and come tune in tomorrow for another Flossmas / Countdown to Christmas update. Bye!